Hello, my name is Keith Good, and I'm here to give you a video collage of how to be spiritual in everything you do, where I realize that we are all attempting to become part of the oneness of the universe. We have to start our own path and do our own path in our own way. That I'd like to show you in a way that might make somebody get some kind of ideas on what's going on and how I've done my stuff. This will be for the Bachelor's project of the University of Metaphysical Sciences. So as I dawn on a new age of my life, a new direction, I look at things and see how things are going, and I notice the birds chirping in the background, and I notice the dawn of the sun as I go through the new path and getting started. I also noticed the Earth itself and how well the Earth Mother has done for us and for myself and all peoples around. And as we watch it, as we go to the top of the mountain, we see the butterflies flying, and we get ready for our busy days that we go through on a regular basis. And as I do this, I want to go ahead and get some grounding in that we are going to be doing. Become with the same vibration as the earth and naturalize ourselves as we listen to what we have to do on a regular basis. We can put ourselves into this in a spiritual way because we have to do everything in such a manner that the right energy is transferred to what we're doing. That's the idea here. Showing the energies going to whatever you make. And as we put those energies in, we want to make sure that they're good energies. As we put in positive energies, I notice that I get a better result. As I put in the negative energies, or if I'm in a bad mood when I'm doing something, I get the same result back. What you put out, you get back. And that is very important as we go through the process, or as I go through the process of doing the energy work and continuing on with all things, not just one thing, but all things that are going on as we go through the all aspects of my life. I deal with things in a general way as I grow things, as I create things, as I go on into what I'm doing with putting out the energies that are supposed to be there. As you can see here, I have doing some gardening and I'm growing my own plants as I go through this with the Earth Mother. I'm also giving out energy. I'm channeling the energies back to them so that they can grow in such a way that they have the energies that I can give them, I can channel to them from the universe. I also have to cleanse myself and get all external energies away from me and let myself be part of the system of taking off and smudging and doing whatever it is that I need to do to help to cleanse myself so that I can become part of everything that's going on through meditation, through doing all the other things by watching the bees come into the flowers and noticing how well the Earth Mother has dealt with things, as well as watching and looking around at everything that is going on as I go through this. And I notice the wind blowing the grasses, the buds coming out on the trees as they grow in the spring, as well as the flowers that have blossomed into a new day. We also watch out for the falling leaves in the fall, as this is very interesting to me as I watch this with no wind at all coming down. Now let's listen to some nature. Now I go on into my spiritual center where I can do my studies, as my studies through the different ways of learning about the knowledge. Even though the knowledge is necessary, we also have to look at other things in our lives as to how those studies become actions and what is being used as these crystals and other aspects of the earth that we can use for healing and for dealing with everything that goes on in our lives. We also know that there is other energies, and as we see this person choosing her crystals so that they know their body the best, and they can pick out the crystals, and I notice that that's always what is best for them is the ones that they choose instead of the ones that I choose intuitively for them. And then we use them with the crystal healing that I do with everybody else. And as we do this, we go on back and we do some of the gardening. We are pulling out some of the volunteers, so we're not wasting stuff from the Earth Mother is providing us that we can use, and putting it into the ground so that it can be reused as we plant things and go on forward onto what we've planted ourselves, and we transfer some energies to them as we're doing this. Now, let's go ahead and listen to some of the comments that are being made. Thanking the ground for Gaia for producing, letting me use it to produce food for us, and we thank her for giving the nutrients, thanking Gaia for doing all the work she does and giving us sustenance as we get ready to plant these squash in here, and we must talk to the squash. And as we build the arbor for these, we have to realize that not everything grows in the same manner, and not everything is in the same way. As everything is living, we have to let it grow and put something up so that it can grow in its fashion and be part of its spiritual path, knowing that everything out here has spirit and is going through this process. As we plant these, I want to make sure that they are planted properly and become part of this whole situation. As we go back and we continue on with our healing.
Did you get your grounding mat or not yet?
You're on it.
Oh, I am?
You're on it.
Oh, what's that like? Let me see.
As we finish up each project and as we go through these projects, we want to make sure that we are still putting in the proper energies and doing what it is that is made for our best interests and for the best interests of all. Gotta watch the path as I go, just as we should be watching our spiritual path and not getting sidetracked and staying on the path that we're on. It can get tricky, but we got to stay on the path. I know that sometimes I wonder if I'm staying on the right path, how hard it gets, and the dark side of the spiritual path is not really dark. It's just that we think it's dark because we don't think that we're making any progress. It's not really as dark as we think. Just as a shadow in these mountains and the path still has light all the way around it, and you can't have a shadow unless you have light shining on it. And now I will leave you with a grounding crystal grid as I continue down my spiritual path with new experiences and no destination.